What is going on, everybody? This is Telvaca, and I am back for my week one match versus the Grand Canyon Gallades. Hope you all are excited for this season as much as I am, and ready to kick this off. Hopefully with a win, but this is a very tough matchup here. The biggest issue from their team. So this is how I'm going to be doing. Before I get started, this is how I'm going to be doing the video format. I'm going to be doing a team builder at the beginning, showing you guys what I did, my thought process, and then we're just going to jump straight into the battle. So, the biggest issue from their team is Golden Go. Golden Go is Steel Ghost type, and its speed doesn't jump off the page, but because of the fact that it it just hits everything really hard, and it's going to run Choice Scarf most likely, it is a big issue. It hits Iron Valiant for super effective, it hits Jirachi, it hits Kirim, it hits Wheezing, it does pretty well into Golurk as well, and so it is a big issue for my team. Also, Kilowattrel can't really touch it unless you go Terra Ground, which is quite the investment to do for one Mon, basically. Maybe two, but Golden Go is going to be the biggest issue for this team, and in prep, it did show that it was either the number one or number two issue in every single match. Clefable is probably going to be an issue for us as well. It hits Iron Valiant pretty hard. We have a little bit of counterplay for Clefable, as you'll see, because yes, we do bring Iron Valiant, which wasn't like an obvious choice. Uh, Iron Valiant was not something that I actually had in all my mocks because of the fact that it doesn't really do great into Golden Go or Clef or Dragalge really, as well as defensive Shaman. So Quavel as well is a big issue. I expect Scarf or Sash. Yeah, it was running a ton of different sets and mocks, mostly Scarf though, with Aqua Step, because Scarf Aqua Step does outpace a booster speed Iron Valiant. So I need to be careful about that. That's a big problem. Dragalge as well is kind of a big issue, is running Toxic Spikes. It wasn't running AV in any of my mocks, which was good. I don't expect it to be AV. I expect Spikes. I expect Sludge Bomb, maybe Flip Turn or Dragon Tail. Those were the sets I was that I saw, and it makes a lot of sense because, yeah, the Kirim's the biggest issue for it, and besides that, I really don't have too much counterplay, so I kind of just have to chip it away. Oops. Ting Lu as well was running AV. It was running Lum. Actually, no, I didn't run Lum in Mox. Excuse me. It was running Leftovers. It was running AV. It was running Facade, Earthquake, Whirlwind, Stealth Rock, Spikes. A little bit of everything. So I need to be careful about Ting Lu as well. Offensively, it kind of hits Jirachi really hard. It hits Wheezing pretty hard. Rotom does pretty well against it, but yeah, I need to be careful about the Ting Lu. And then there's the Shaman. I don't expect offensive Shaman. I expect fully defensive Shaman to come to this match. That has been the biggest issue for me. It completely stops Golurk. Golurk, I think, Choice Banded Poltergeist was doing like 40, which was crazy. I just had nothing for this thing. It was completely breaking my team. I have counterplay for it, as you're going to see. Embor, I saw some Scarf sets. I don't really expect Embor. Electrode, again, a lot of these ones I don't really expect. I definitely don't expect the Rufflet. Deoxys was running a couple different sets. Deoxys was a little bit of an issue, and Knackle Stack as well was a little bit of an issue, but I have some counterplay. Basculin, I saw in a few mocks. Terra Water doesn't really do too much to me because of what I'm going to be running. So, yeah, I really expect these first six. Basically, maybe they get rid of, like, Ting Lu for Knackle, but I think these first six come. Maybe Dragalge comes. I don't expect the Electrode, even though it can outpace my whole team because of the fact that it's the second fastest mod in draft besides Regieleki. It doesn't really do that much outside of outspeeding my Iron Valiant and doing some damage. And yeah, I mean, if it's running Terra Fairy and it's running Booster, it's running Choice Scarf. I also have a Jirachi. I also have a Weezing. I have Rotom. So we'll see. But we're going to get into my team here. So I did try a lot of different sets. I'm going to be honest with you, I tried every single mon here except Kamala. I thought Kamala just wasn't that good into the matchup. I did think about it. I never actually mocked with it, but there definitely was some thought behind it because it does get knockoff. I'm pretty sure it gets knockoff. And like Choice Band set probably wouldn't have been the absolute worst here, but I just felt like with Knackle, with Clef, with Deoxys, it wasn't going to break. And I didn't really need it for spin, as you'll see. So I had two different, I'm going to be honest about all my sets here. I had two different Valiant sets. I had two different Jirachi sets, two different Kyurem sets, two different Weezing sets. I had a Rotom set, a Kilowattrel set, two different Golurk sets, two different Zarude sets, three different Blastoise sets, and I think I had one or two different Ferrograph sets. So it was just, this team was so difficult to bring in mocks. I was basically facing these six every time with the same exact sets from different people, and I couldn't break it. So this team finally was able to break it a little bit, and I'm excited to show it off. So let's jump right into it. The first set that I was running for Jirachi, I was always going to bring Jirachi into this matchup. I thought it was pretty good. And I was running a Stealth Rock, Iron Head, U-Turn, Encore set. I felt like that was a really, really good lead against this team, getting up rocks, because they don't really have removal. I don't know if they have any removal. Yeah, they don't. Unless Rufflet gets Defog. But there's no... Oh, yeah. Quavel gets Rapid Spin, but it's not going to run Rapid Spin this week. If it does, I feel fine, because I'm expecting Scarf. So this Jirachi set is going to be my lead no matter what, basically. If they don't bring Dragalge or Quavel, if they literally don't bring either of these two, I won't lead it. That's the only case I don't lead it. We're running U-Turn, Psychic, Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam. This slot was Flash Cannon for the Clef and Terra Fairy here, as well as calling a Knackle stack. But endgame, when I faced a Ting-Lu and a Quavel, and I couldn't beat it with Flash Cannon, so I need to Dazzle. It's a good middle ground play a lot of the time if Golden goes gone. And this is going to be the speed tier we look at basically the entire game. For the whole team builder. This is enough speed to outspeed a Jolly max speed, a Jolly max speed Quavel. That is going to be a big issue for us. So if it's not running Scarf, we can outpace it. And yeah, if I lead this thing, they're going to expect Stealth Rock. And I can basically fire off a Psychic or a Shadow Ball. If he leads Ting-Lu, I'm clicking U-Turn no matter what. If he leads Dragalge or Quavel, I'm clicking Psychic. If he leads Golden Go, I will probably click Shadow Ball, because what they're probably going to expect is Stealth Rock, and they're going to get their Shadow Ball off. And yeah, we do enough damage. I have a notepad here also. We do enough damage to OHKO a max HP Dragalge, which is really nice. I don't expect AV, so we do enough. And then we have a little bit of investment in HP, defense, special defense, just for a little bit more bulk. But yeah, we are running Choice Specs Jirachi the first week, so I'm really excited about this. So the biggest issue, again, was this defensive Shaman. This caused so many problems. Honestly, on paper, it doesn't look good, because you're thinking, okay, they have a Jirachi, they have a Kira, they have a Rotom, they have a Kilo, they have Zarude, they have Weezing, but it causes an issue for Golurk and Iron Veil. So I needed an answer to this. And so I'm bringing Farigiraf. We're running heavy-duty boots because of the fact that spikes were going up a lot of the time with Deoxys and Ting-Lu. Toxic spikes were coming up a lot with Dragalge, and if I want to switch in Farigiraf before I switch in Weezing, which you'll see, I just don't want to get poisoned. This is going to be a Wish Passer, and Psychic Noise is very, very good here. It stops the Wish on Clef, it stops the Leech Seed here, but we're also Sap Sipper, so it stops Synthesis, not Leech Seed, excuse me. It stops the Synthesis from going up, so we can basically outpace the Shaman We have 4 speed just to outspeed no speed Clef. I mean, I don't expect Clef to run any speed, so just to make sure it's not a speed tie. If they want to run 4 speed, more power to them. I'm not really too worried about it. We have enough special defense to basically get it takes 3 hits to knock us out by a Scarf Golden Go, and we also live a +1 close combat or +1 wave crash from a Coquavel, and then we can knock it out with a psychic noise either after the recoil from wave crash or from the -1 from close combat. So for Uraf, the Sap Stepper is going to be huge. This is going to be my switch in the Shaman almost every single time. I need to be a little worried about if it gives me a +1 in attack though, because I can't baton pass then. But I still can Wish, I still can Protect, I still can click Psychic Noise, and then just switch out into one of my other bulky mons. We're running a very bulky team this week because they're going to be running a lot of speed to outspeed my Val, and I need to be able to take the hits because Val doesn't take the hits that well. And I can't really run a lot of my fast mons this week because I don't outpace them. I just straight up don't outpace them. So the next mon we're running is Wheezing. This was it did underwhelm me a little bit in mocks. However, it did what it had to do, and I kind of had to bring it because of the fact that Gallade with Toxic Spikes was just too much of a pain. I needed a way to just get Toxic Spikes off the field because Wheezing is like, you could see here, Golden Go's here, Tinglu's here, Dragalage's here, like Embor, Deoxys. Like, Wheezing looks really bad into this matchup, besides the Coquavel, and as well as Clef, but I have to bring it because of Toxic Spikes. I expect Dragalagy to be Toxic Spikes. That's what happened in every single mock, and it was so annoying. And even if it isn't, we actually can be a Golden Go counter. This is another remover for us. As you could see, hazards are a really big pain this week, and I really want to capitalize on getting rid of them because these Deoxys and Tinglu are going to be running hazards. Dragalagy's going to be running hazards. Clef may be running Stealth Rock. It's just a pain. It's really a pain. I don't expect Knackle to run Stealth Rock, but it can as well, so I gotta look out for everything. So we can, if there's 3 layers of spikes and we're at max, we can live a Make It Rain from a Scarf Golden Go, which is really nice. We can get a defog off after that because we are running Neutralizing Gas. Neutralizing Gas this week is specifically for the Golden Go. It does help a little bit with adaptability here, and the Vessel of Ruin on Tinglu also helps for Natural Cure here, but I'm not really worried about Natural Cure. We also can burn the Knackle Stack, which I actually just realized. So we can burn the Knackle Stack. This actually is a big counter to Knackle, because yeah, they don't have the Purifying Salt, so we can Willow. I did originally have Pain Split on this set. I ran a couple different sets with like Rocky and with Black Sludge, and I settled on Babiri at the end because I really wanted to be able to switch into the Golden Go and not just have to switch out instantly every time. We do an okay amount of damage with Flamethrower, but we're mostly here to take hits. +1 Wave Crash from the Coquavel doesn't kill us, which is really nice, and we can get off a Strange Steam and do okay damage. We're not physical this week, and we bait out the Clef. If we come in on Clef, they're expecting a Gunk Shot or something. We don't have Gunk Shot, because Gunk Shot, I mean, if I had Gunk Shot, it's just such a terrible move into these 3. I'd rather just have Strange Steam for Clef, because we also had the Flamethrower for the Shaman. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to try this set specifically because, yeah, again, we have that 4 speed for Clef. I don't want speed ties. If they want to run 4 speed, great, but I have the extra little bit, so I'm putting in speed, so no speed ties. I can get the defog off against them if I need to. Weezing's definitely going to be a sack at some point because of the fact that Once Gallade goes down, Weezing is not nearly as good, so it's more going to be a pivot piece with Coquavel, with Shaman, with Golden Go, just try to sack it off and then get one of my harder hitters. And like the next mon, Iron Valiant. Now you're looking at this set probably, and you're going, huh? 140 special defense? You only have 60 special defense. And there is a reason for that. We can live a Moonblast from just a regular Clef, which is crazy that 4 special attack Clefable still does this much when we have 140, but whatever. And we also have a 75% chance of living an Electrode Terra Blast if they're modest max special attack, which I would expect, because they're probably going to be running Scarf if they do run Electrode. Again, like, this whole team kind of want to run Scarf because they're expecting the booster Valiant to be a little bit of a pain. I had a Choice Scarf set at one point, because I don't need all this speed. So the reason for this spread is basically I wanted as much speed as possible to get the booster speed. So I wanted as much attack to just go under it, and then I wanted enough special defense to take the bulk. That's the whole idea behind this spread. We don't do great against Clef. We have close combat and knockoff because that hits Golden Go, it hits Coquavel. It hits basically everything for neutral or super effective except for Clef, which is fine. But we do have the Swords Dance and Encore, so we can Encore like a Clef in the Calm Mind, or Ting-Lu into Spikes, or this into Toxic Spikes, or Shaman into something, I don't know, Synthesis, Deoxys into Spikes, Knackle into Iron Defense or Recover, and then we can click Swords Dance a couple times and finish off the game. So this is going to be my end game, basically switch it in near the end. A lot of times though, Dragon Tail, Gallade, or Whirlwind on Ting-Lu was sending this thing in a little bit early, and I don't really want to lose the booster speed because that's kind of the whole point. So there's a chance that Iron Valiant comes in like mid-game and just has to click. So not really sure how that's going to work. If I get Whirlwinded by a Ting-Lu, it's like, do I click Close Combat? Do I click Encore? Do they switch? It's a very interesting case. If they know I'm booster, then they may just stay in. Not really sure, but I didn't actually think Iron Valiant was that good into this matchup. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought against Golden Go and against Clef, it was so bad, and even Gallade. I thought about running Psycho Cut. I thought about running Spirit Break for the Coquavel, but actually CC does more than enough damage, so I'm not worried. So next mon we have is gonna be Blastoise. I really wanted to run Shell Smash this week. If Clefable wasn't here, I was running Shell Smash, because of the fact that it does really, really well here, besides Coquavel and Clef. But Clef was the biggest issue, because if they're running Unaware Clef, there's nothing I can do. I'm not breaking you. So we're running Rapid Spin, Flip Turn, Crunch, Haze. Crunch is just here for the Golden Go. Golden Go is going to want to switch into us all of the time. It's going to want to switch into us constantly. So I can predict that switch in. I can go for the Crunch. I thought about running Dark Pulse, but I'm running Flip Turn as well as Rapid Spin, so no reason to run Dark Pulse. We have enough speed to outspeed a max speed Jolly Coquavel after a Rapid Spin. We're not doing that much damage, but if they are for some reason Sash or Banded or something, or Life Orb, we can get a Rapid Spin off, and then we can click Flip Turn and just get out of there. We do take a lot of hits though. We take Golden Go. We can take 3 Golden Go Shadow Balls, which is great. We can take a modest Specs Thunderbolt from a Electrode Hisui, which is really nice. We can also take 2 Life Orb Shadow Balls, but if they're Life Orb, I feel okay. And we can also take a +1 Close Combat from the Coquavel. So I feel pretty good about this Blastoise set. It's going to be a big pivot. This final move slot was really up for debate. I was running Rocky Helmet a lot at the beginning. I ran a Rocky Helmet super defensive set, specifically for Coquavel and Basculin, because Basculin was a little bit of a pain, but I haven't really seen a lot of mocks, so I'm not too worried about it. This still comes in on Basculin every time, and if they want to run Terra Grass, then that's great. I don't really care. I'll come in with Zarude and I'll click U-turn. So we'll get to that in a second. But Blastoise is here. And yeah, I was running Life Dew a lot, and I really liked Life Dew, but Haze was better because of the fact that if they want to set up Nasty Plot with Golden Go, Calm Mind with Clef, if they're boosted super with speed and attack with Coquavel, if they are boosted with Iron Defense on Knuckle, or Calm Mind or Cosmic Power on the Deoxys. I just wanted a way to get rid of those boosts, and Blastoise takes the hits pretty well and outspeeds everything, basically. It seems funny, I'm saying it like outspeeds, but it either takes the hit or it outspeeds, so as long as I don't let Quaquaval and Golden are going to be the two most the key parts of this game. If this gets set up too much, I do lose the game pretty much instantly. I don't have any Sashers, which you'll see. Well, you have seen, but I'll go to my next mon and then just talk about it. So yeah, we're running Boots again on Zarude. Spikes again is an issue. Toxic Spikes is an issue, and this is going to be my breaker for Tinglu. It's going to be my breaker for Clef because Power Whip does so much damage to them. Knockoff is for Golden as well as just getting chip and getting items knocked off. And U-turn is for Pivot, especially against the Shaman and the Tinglu. If I expect the switch on either of them, I can just click U-turn. And if I don't, even if they don't switch, I still get a super effective hit off. So we're running enough speed again to outspeed a max speed Jolly Quaquaval. If Quaquaval's switching in on us, I'm going to assume it's Scarf. What happened a lot in mocks was I assumed it was Scarf, which it was, and I would switch into Weezing and it would just go for Flip Turn, which isn't the best situation, but I'd rather not lose my Zarude. We're max attack Adamant, and then we put the rest into 4-4 defense, special defense, and 48 HP. There isn't a lot of calcs that I did. It's just basically the speed and just hit as hard as possible. So the big storyline of this game is going to be the Quaquaval and the Golden How these two play is going to be key to if we can break this team. But I'm excited to get into the match, and yeah, we're going to get started. So I'll see you at the match. Okay, so we are back, and he did not bring anything that I was expecting. This is a shock. There's no Quaquaval. Okay, he brought Electrode. I mean, no Quaquaval's huge, in my opinion. He brings the Deoxys. He brings Enbor. What else did I... No Shaman. There's no Shaman. Fergaref is still going to be a really good answer to Electrode Hisui, as well as the Deoxys and the Clef, so... I said if there's... And no Dragalge, that's what it was. There's no Dragalge, so... This is interesting. I said I was gonna lead Jirachi. I still think Jirachi's good, but if he leads Deoxys, it's not nearly as good. I kind of want to lead Zarude. I low-key just want to lead Zarude and get a Power Whip or a Knockoff off, so that's what I'm gonna do, so... Yeah, so he leads... He leads with the Emboar, which I feel like it could be Scarf. And I kind of just want to switch into Blastoise. I feel like he's going to fire off a CC, or... Because I don't want to U-turn, because if he's Scarf, I just die. And this is like my biggest check too. Zarude's going to be very important. I wish I let Jirachi. Okay, he goes for the knockoff. That's fine. I don't think he goes for... I mean, he could. I mean, he may be AV. Like Close Combat Flare Blitz Wild Charge. With an AV. We'll see. If you like the video, leave a like. So, I'm anticipating either he clicks CC. If he's AV, he clicks Wild Charge. Okay, he switches out. That may be Scarf, to be honest. Just because of how he just played it. I really want to switch into Farigiraf. But also, I just kind of want to switch into Jirachi, maybe expecting rocks. This is tough. I mean, Tinglu could come in. I anticipate Volt Switch into Tinglu, so I'm just going to click U-turn. I anticipate the Volt Switch into Tinglu. I have no hazards, so I can't even know if this thing is boots. So we click the U-turn. This is not how I anticipated him to bring his team. No Dragalge is huge, but... Okay, he brings in the Golden Almost click Shadow Ball. Really almost click Shadow Ball. We also go to Zarude and click Knockoff here. No question about it. Because he can click Make It Rain, and that's okay. But this is not what I expected at all. Very interesting. He's not leftovers, of course, on the Golden Go, which, I mean, we expected. Could still be Life Orb, could be Colbur. Okay, goes into Embor, so we're going to see this thing's item. I'm going to assume Scarf. AV. Okay, I knew it was AV or Scarf. So... I think we have a pretty safe U-turn. I mean, he probably knows we're not banded from that damage. I really do want to switch into Blastoise, but also I like low-key want to switch into Farigiraf. Maybe even Weezing is good. It's not Jirachi. I'm gonna... He could just click Wild Charge. I am gonna go into Blastoise. I don't think Blastoise is as good as this in this game. Could click... I think I always click Flip Turn here because, like, yeah, what else am I gonna do? If he goes into Electrode... God, no Shaman is so surprising. I mean, on the surface, Shaman is pretty bad, but, like, in practice, that thing cooks. That thing absolutely cooks me. So I'm a little bit shocked. I anticipate the Electrode switch, but we're kind of chipping everything down. Okay, Clef. Okay. I do want to take my time a little bit. But I feel like Farigiraf's always the answer, and we throw off a Wish. He could Wish into Enbor. I could have Psychic Noised. Oh, he just Baton Passes. What do you go into? I mean... Yeah, what do you go into? Embor? Embor's fine by me if you switch in Embor. I just click Psychic Noise. You switch in Embor. If you switch into Tinglu... Deoxys. Okay. I mean, I take the hit and I Baton Pass. Yeah, this is fine. And you're gonna go in the Golden Go here, and I click Crunch. Because you think that I'm gonna click Rapid Spin. And I click Crunch. Okay, that's fine. Rocky Helmet, interesting. Well, I am gonna go for the spin here. Psyshock, okay. Go for the spin. I think Crunch is gonna do... So this is super physically defensive. Do I go for another Crunch? I mean, that... It spikes Psyshock. It probably has Recover. I do kind of want to just go for the Crunch. Yeah, that's good damage. You probably Recover here. Yeah. You have nothing for my Farigiraf, to be honest. So I kind of want to just go back. Like, I can play this game all day. Where I just Baton Pass out. Because I am slower, which is good here. If I was faster, it would be a little bit of an issue, but Blastoise can come in every time. I do not want these spikes to be up. Yeah, this is fine. Hurt by the spike. Oh, you knocked off my... Oh, okay. I forgot about that. I like low-key just want to go back into Farigiraf and then click Wish Baton Pass. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I think I am just going to do that. This is fine. Yeah, you anticipated the Rapid Spin there. I mean, makes sense. I just really, really want... Nasty Plot? Okay. That says a lot. It does mean, though, you're not Scarfed, and Knockoff is going to do huge damage. So I'm glad you're not Scarfed. I'm glad... No Scarf... Oh. Oh, I think that's a mistake. I click Knockoff here. And even if Zarude dies, it's not a big deal. I'm fine with Zarude. You could be physically defensive. If you're Colbur, that's actually an issue. Oh, if you're Colbur... Yeah, you are Colbur. Okay, so I die here to make it rain. That's fine. We go into Jirachi and we click Shadow Ball. You don't think. Get the kill. Nice. Okay, so first KO of the season for the Carolina Pancham comes from Jirachi Shadow Ball. Now, I don't think you're expecting Specs still, because I've clicked U-turn, I've clicked Shadow Ball, so you probably just think I have coverage, which is fine. What do you do here? I would go Embor. I didn't expect Deoxys Rocky Helmet, and yeah, the knockoff actually is really bad, because I can't... The boots were really important on Blastoise. So Embor is kind of an issue. I don't anticipate the Embor to come in, because I could click Psychic. I anticipate probably the Tinglu to come in and click Rocks, but if Tinglu comes in, I always switch in the Blastoise. and I click Rapid Spin. Yeah. Okay, Clef comes in. Not the best, but I just switch into Farig. You Baton Pass. I assume maybe like Enbor to click Knockoff. This is actually really tough. Tinglu. Okay, that's fine. Tinglu's fine. I wish. And you throw chop. Oh, that does damage. We Baton Pass here. You could Earthquake. I mean, do we Baton Pass? Do we just go into Val? Oh, okay. I think I definitely heal up. This is actually tough. No, I think I go Jirachi. I think I go Jirachi here. Because, yeah, we can get the full, and... God, I want to click Psychic so bad, but if he switches into Tinglu, I'm so far behind. I think I just click U-turn and go into Farig. Because you probably Volt into... Yeah, you go Tinglu. Okay. I mean, I can also click Defog with Wheezing. I could Willow and then Defog. That's what I think I'm going to do. Oh, this is actually so much worse. Coquavel was such an issue. I didn't expect the Deoxys to be this much of an issue. Okay, you go Emboar, that's fine. I just want to click Defog. If you Flare Blitz me, you don't kill, right? Okay. God, why is that, like, that... Should that have done that much? Hold up a second. Like, are you, like, jolly? Like, what... Why is it doing that little? You're just a weird... Doing 40? So you're just not max attack. Are you any attack? You may just be no attack. You may just be full bulk, which is crazy. So I always switch in blasters here. You may be no bulk at all, or sorry, no attack at all. That's wild. Because yeah, 41% is a weird roll. Yeah, I mean, maybe he's like, that's really weird. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Head Smash. I think we outspeed. I think you go Deoxys here, though. So I'm going to just switch back. I don't want to take the Rocky Helmet. So I'm just going to switch back into... Oh, okay. Okay. That's really bad. That is really bad. Fergraph is very important here. So you may just go another Flare Blitz. I mean, I go for Wish here. Yeah, you go for Knockoff. Okay. Is this Valiant time? Clef is still an issue. So, I want to click Dazzle here because you could switch into Tinglu. Yeah. I think now it's pretty obvious that I'm Specs. So, Jirachi coming up clutch right now. Here's the Clef. I low-key do want to see how much this does, though. I'm going to click it. 34. Wish. I mean, you're not staying in. You're going to click Baton Pass. So I honestly just want to keep spamming Dazzle. Oh, you do just stay in. Okay. That is not good. No Farig is so bad here. That's basically like how I win this game. Okay. If Clef is gone, I mean... Blastoise is kind of trash right now, I'm not going to lie. You can get spikes up again, but it's really not that big of a deal. Like, once I get Valiant going, I think, because I don't think you ever click Side Shock on Valiant, because I think you're always anticipating the Jirachi switch. But I think you always click spikes on Valiant, and I'm going to anticipate the spikes. I think I need to call that play. Wow, no Coquavel. That's crazy. Okay, so we sack. We don't sack. What are you doing? Okay, well, you click Moonblast here. Yeah, okay. So you're anticipating the Psychic 100%. You 100% anticipate the Psychic. Ah, yeah, you know I'm Specs. You know I'm Specs. There's nothing I could do. Um, you click Moonblast here, or you click Wish. You could click Wish, but I don't know if I'm willing to risk that. I still know the item on Electrode. I don't think I can knock out Deoxys. I'm going to click Dazzle again. Oh, this is so tough. I know you're probably physically defensive. Flip turn to 22%. So let's see. Let's see how much that does. Oh, no, flip turn. Clef Fable. Oh, is this especially defensive? Maybe it's just not. It's either a high roll, or they're just no, like, there's no HP, or there's like barely. I don't know. That's a weird. What is he cooking? Yeah, that could just be like some HP. I think you anticipate the Blastoise switch and you go into Deoxys, which is fine in my opinion. You're super physically defensive. You're not specially defensive. I'm fine. Yeah, okay. So, I think you go for spikes here. I really think you go for spikes here. There's no way. I go Valiant. You recover. Okay, great. So, I feel like I click Encore here. God, Clef. Wait, I think I messed this up because Clef is unaware. I click Encore. Do I just click Swords Dance? If I click Swords Dance, do I just die to Psyshock? I have no defense investment. I mean, this is the game, basically. God, I messed this up really bad. If you click Psyshock here, you could be anticipating. I think I click Swords Dance. No! Oh, you call mine. Okay, you call mine. That's huge. Now I click Encore. Okay, that's huge. I just anything but Psyshock was fine. And then next turn. So Clef. I mean, I don't think it's physically defensive. So how much is Iron Valiant doing to a Clef? 40? I mean, I don't know your spread, to be honest. I know your... So I go this because I 100% know that you go into Clef here. You 100% go into Clefable. If you're unaware. If you're not unaware, I think I win. I mean, unless you're Scarf Electrode, which is still possible. But I think I win. I low-key want to click Knockoff. Because, like, I'm not going to 2-hit KO it anyways. And I do if... Yeah, I feel like this is telling. And then I don't get the minus... Yeah, I click Knockoff here, yeah. Okay, so you're... Are you physically bulky? So first off, you're unaware. That did 14%. Oh, you're... You have to be... Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm cooked. I think you just go for Moonblast here. So... I mean, I have to switch. I don't have a choice because CC does nothing. And I do want to live. So... I switch into Rachi here. God, but what if you do just wish? I mean, you don't wish into anything. You could protect. But you're not going to protect. I think you just click Moonblast here. I mean, that's the safe play. Yeah, that's what I would do. Okay. You don't know my final move. But you just click Protect here. Oh, God, what do I do? You know I'm Specs. You just know I'm Specs. I can't whittle this thing down. The Frigoraf's dead. And the Zarud is dead. Those were my two main things for this. And yeah, if Ting Lu was gone, I just spam Psychic or Shadow Ball. But you know I'm specs. So I switch to Blastoise. You protect, yeah. Flip turn out. Oh, so annoying. I think I'm gonna start the season 0-1 because I just don't have a way to break this Clef, which really sucks. I should have anticipated the Colbur, not Life Orb, and maybe played around that a little bit better with Blastoise. That's what I should have done. Yeah. I couldn't let Zarude go down. Because if Zarude was in right now, I actually just cook. I click Power Whip freely. I can click Knockoff freely. Ugh. Clef. Yeah, and no Farigiraf means I can't heal up Weezing. And because I can't heal up Weezing, I can't beat the Clef one-on-one. This stinks. Yeah, I mean, there's no way he loses on timer. That would be a little crazy. What is going on? Okay. Yeah, I mean, just click Moonblast here. I go Weezing. There's nothing I can do. You throw off a Wish every time. Yo, why? What is going on here? I mean, I'm not going to stop it. But, I think I just go for Confusions at this point. I don't have the speed boost. What is... I'm confused. I mean, if he goes... Yeah, I mean, I think he's just going to start rushing. No confusion. Great. You just go for a Psychic move. Or you start going for spikes. Oh my god, we are tanky. Confuse. Okay. My win con is this. My win con is you are confused and you hit yourself in confusion. A confusion, and you go for recover. I got a crit. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to quickly do this. You're going to recover again. I'm going to click Defog. Calm Mind. I mean... Psyshock. Okay. I go U, and I click Knockoff, and I pray. But I think I lose to Deoxys. I did not pair... Yeah, it's over. Oh! Yep. GG. GG. I mean, unless something crazy happens in... I mean, I'd honestly switch here. You know I have Shadow Ball. I would switch into Tinglu. You know I'm Specs, and I have to click Shadow Ball. I mean, I could just go for a crit Dazzle. Is that my win con? Yeah. No, I knew I had to click that move. So I will go for the Dazzle. And yeah, it's gonna be game. GG to Jason Gallade. Did not expect no Quavel. Didn't expect. Yeah, that's a tough outing, but Jirachi picks up 2 KOs, which is cool. Next week we face Yoshi Blaze and the Alberdine Iron Bundles, something like that, which is an even harder matchup. This actually no, it's probably a little easier matchup. I felt like Golden Go was definitely one of my worst matchups, and yeah, we saw. I knew this was going to be a tough matchup, so I'm gonna pray I don't start 0-2 because that really hinders my playoff chances. But I've seen it done before. So thank you all for watching, and we'll be back next week. Bye bye.